Julia. I have another project for you today using one of these wonderful snippet rolls. Now, Nelusha sent this to me. I'm going to link her Etsy shop down below, and if you're interested in one of her snippet rolls, it is packed full of a lot of great things. This one in particular is about 22 inches long, 2 inches wide, and has 3 of these crocheted flower blossoms on them. And so this is what I'm going to be working with. Just going to be using this to embellish this thrifted denim vest. I picked up this vest a while back and I paid probably around $3 or $4 for it. It's a size large. I really like it. It has like a real rustic frayed bottom to it, and I just really like the look of it. Decided these little strips are going to fit perfectly down the front of this, right in between those 2 seams. And each one of these does have one of those crocheted flowers on, so I have one more crocheted flower to go. I thought I would put a little free motion flower up here. I'm just going to draw around this shape. I'm using my heat erase pens for this, and I'm just tracing around this little flower. I ended up not even erasing this mark because I completely covered it up with my thread, and you'll see that later. I put a lot of layers of thread on. Just pinning these pieces into place, and I will be taking this to my sewing machine, and I'm going to just free motion this all to secure it onto the front of this vest. Cutting this last crocheted flower out, and this is going to be the center of my free motion flower. I have 3 different spools of thread that I'm going to be working with. I'm going to be adding some decorative stitches as well. You can kind of see that design there. I'm at my sewing machine now, and I have my feed dogs dropped and have my free motion foot on. I have one of those colored threads. This is like the brighter fuchsia color that I'm working with, and I am just meander stitching this piece on and using some of my stitches as some of the decorative stitches. I'm just adding to it. Nelusha's fabric snippets have a lot of detail in them, and so it's just really fun to be able to add to it. And I'm just going around some of her designs here, just securing both ends and both sides of this, and just really enjoying this process. I'm over to the other side now, and again just doing basically the same thing, just meander stitching and getting this secured. I wanted to share with you, my machine came with 2 different free motion foots. The one that I have on right now is the darner foot, and the other one that I just showed you is more for just the quilting foot. Now the darner foot hops more, and there's a spring, and I'm able to go over a lot of different thicknesses and different varying thicknesses. Nelusha's fabric snippets have just a lot of different layers to them, and so this works really well, and it accommodates for those different layers. You can see the back of it here. And now I'm on to that free motion flower that I want to add. I just put a piece of stitch and tear stabilizer on the back side of my work on this one. I sometimes add that if the fabric is thinner, and this denim isn't very thick, and so I did add that stabilizer on the back. And that will be able just to be torn away when I'm done stitching, and whatever's left will easily wash out. And I'm just going around and around here. I'm just adding lots of different layers of thread. I stopped there, and I'm putting a different color thread on. This is a variegated thread, I believe, that I have here. And it's going to have some different, again, some different shades going on. And one more time, I'm going to be changing my thread to another variegated thread. I have people asking me what kind of threads I use, and honestly, some of them are cotton and some of them are cotton wrap polyester and some are rayon. I just use a variety of different thread. I just think it really adds a lot of interest to your work. And again, going around and around, really making this flower quite large. And now I just added that crocheted flower to the center, and we'll be again going around that just to get that into place. And again, that foot accommodates for that different layer. Just ripping off that stitch and tear. One more change of my pressure foot here. I'm going to change it into my applique foot, and so I'm going to raise my feed dogs. On this applique foot, I have my button foot on there. I just took that off and I'm popping on my applique foot. It has that open toe on it, and it also has a groove cut out of the bottom of it. And this allows for my decorative stitches, especially those that have a lot of, a lot of stitches that are close together. It feeds through better with this foot. And I'm just going to be adding, using those same 3 different color threads, just adding some different layers and different lines onto this and just adding to the design. This one is like a ribbon look. You can see it here. This is what it looks like. Really love how this turned out, and I really love this flower. In fact, I decided to flip it over and add a larger one to the back side, right in between those 2 seams. And just again, this is just a flower that I cut out of a piece of paper just as a template. And I'm going to be using the same heat erase pens and just sketching this on. I had just this much of this snippet roll left. I do not have any of the crocheted flowers left, but I kind of cut this into sort of a round little circle for the center and just stitch that the same way I did the one on the yoke. I hope you enjoyed this, everybody. It was a really quick project again, but really, I just really love how it turned out. It has that boho kind of feel to it. I thought this would be really cute with a pair of white jeans in the summertime with a t-shirt underneath. Just a lot of possibilities for it. You can see some pictures here at the end. Thank you so much, everybody who's joined me today. I hope you have a chance to create. Bye for now.